Welcome back to my Enlightenment conversation. And this time I want to ask a simple question. What wrong with us? What wrong with us, Liberia? Let's just take a little brief pause and see what is happening now in Liberia. A May 10th senatorial election is taking place in December. And the present government is doing everything to be able to capture and win seats. Mainly, I just want to talk about two seats. The seat in Maserado, where Senator Dallas Daron is the senator for Maserado County. And another seat in Grand Bassa County, where Senator Nyambli Lawrence Kanga is the senator. Now we see our government, down to finance minister and other people in government, traveling to Buchanan to be able to win the seat of Nyambli Lawrence Kanga. If you follow some of my comments in the early time of Senator Nyambli Kanga, there was some tough comment I made about her. But here's a question I want my Bassa people to ask themselves. Bwesanga Finley, he was senator for Grand Bassa County for 9 years. Not just 9 years. In those 9 years, he was the president pro tem of the Liberian Senate. Fourth in line to the presidency. I want for my Bassa people to ask this question. What did Bwesanga Finley did in those 9 years? When the Liberian economy was booming, when there were a lot of aids and funding coming to the Liberian government under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. I'm a tough critic of WIA, but Ellen got billions of dollars in aid to her government that is not happening in the WIA government. But here's my question. What did he do when there was surplus? And now the country is draining economically. Large number of our people are in poverty. They are living under poverty. The poverty now in our country is higher than we have ever seen in the history of our nation. That's the situation of our people today. But then back to Bwesanga Finley and to my Bassa people. What did he do during those 9 years? I saw one of his posters on Facebook. He's going to build modern hospital. In 9 years, when billions was coming to the Liberian government, when he was in fourth in line to the presidency of the Republic of Liberia, he had all the means and contact to be able to persuade the executive branch of government to undertake major projects in Grand Bassa County. It didn't happen. In 9 years' time, when funding was coming, when the government wasn't corrupt as it is today, he didn't build a modern hospital. And now he's coming to you, say, vote for me, I will build a modern hospital. How sick is that? Ask yourself, what did he do? What did he do for the Bassa people that changed the lives of the Bassa people? I'm not talking about going to Grand Bassa County and distributing money and food. No, that's not changing lives of people. Government is for and by the people. When government works, the lives of the people, especially the ordinary people, changes and their life become much better. So that's the question I want from my Bassa people to ask. What did he do during those 9 years? If you can live for your conscience, if you think What he didn't do during those 9 years of economic surplus in Liberia and think he's going to do it this time, then something is wrong. Then something is wrong. My fellow Bible people, when government works, the lives of the people change. The lives get much better. So don't allow George Weah and his finance minister and whosoever coming from Monrovia to convince you. What are those money they're coming with? Those money are the money that's supposed to be used to better the lives of the Liberian people and the Bassa people. But they didn't do it. They kept you in hunger, continual poverty. Then at the last minute, they are coming to you and begging for your food. But I want to tell my Bassa people, you are the boss. You're going to hire them. And I want you to hire someone that you think will bring change and make your lives better than it is now. Back to Monrovia. It has been a very long time for us to see a senator to be so vocal, a senator who speaks against corruption, a senator who cares about the Liberian people, a senator that will speak in the midst of false allegation, in the midst of a tough economy, but who often put the Liberian people first. And that is Senator Darius Taylor. Maybe you may comment on this video and say, I'm not a fan of any politician. But I have read, I have watched, and I've been listening, and I've listened to Darius Taylor. He's doing the work of a senator. Because the reason you put the Senate in the House is for them to have oversight of the government. And the current Liberian Senate, I can say, is the most corrupt Senate in the history of the Republic. There is no oversight. They do not care. They abuse our Constitution daily. And here is a man who continued to speak to power, Darius Taylor. And now they are doing everything. They didn't face our roles, but now they are facing roles. They are distributing money. Come on, what's wrong with us? Are we going to allow them to manipulate this election? Are we going to allow the CDC government to manipulate these two elections, or manipulate our people and that they will vote for their candidates? I don't think so. I know we Liberians are resilient people. And I know you are not stupid, my fellow Liberians. You are not stupid. Those who are going to oppose to this message, I want for you to sit down and reflect. And reflect. What is happening in our country? Reflect. Are the common people better? Is their lives better than it was 12 years ago? Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Ellen Johnson Sirleaf wasn't corrupt. But she tried to make government work for the common people as well. Let us reflect. And in the midst of our disagreement, one thing I want to say, our country now is so divided. And the president who holds the biggest microphone in our country is not speaking to bring about unity and reconciliation in our country. The politics in Liberia is so nasty. I went on Facebook, I saw a post with a dog and a Diary Dayton t-shirt on the dog and referring to him as a dog. Let us not forget, we are sons and daughters of Mother Africa. We are sons and daughters of the land of liberty, the land of freedom. We are sons and daughters of that land. Our disagreement shouldn't bring us at the point that we will be so hateful to one another. It's just a conversation, part of my enlightenment conversation of our country and our people. You see, being a pastor, this coming Sunday I'll be preaching from the book of Romans. It said, be ye transformed. Be not conformed to this world, but transformed by the renewing of your mind. And the essence of the Enlightenment movement is for Liberians all across the globe, and as particularly Liberia, to be transformed by the renewing of our mind, our thoughts and thinking about government. The government is not an individual. The government is us. When we talk about corruption, even down to our schools and hospitals are all corrupt, our citizens. So when we talk about fighting corruption in Liberia, it's not about changing leader and we say corruption going to go away. No. It's about each citizen, each Liberian taking out the responsibility to fight corruption. Each Liberian is trying to be a just person, a person that will live in fairness to one another. That's how we start to fight corruption. Not by changing different leaders and we say we'll get rid of corruption. When our school systems, our hospitals, our institutions are all corrupt. Our citizens, our churches. It's time for us to reflect. It's time for us to read. It's time for us to reason. What's wrong with us? It's the question I want for you to ask. What's wrong with us, Liberian, that will celebrate people that continue to oppress the least among us? What's wrong with us that we hail people who have destroyed our country, destroyed the fabric of our society, and we still hail them? What's wrong with us? Now is the time of enlightenment. If you come across this video, I'd love you to share it. And I also encourage you to look for the Liberia Enlightenment Movement Facebook page and like our page. And I've started the Liberia Enlightenment series on my new podcast. And this coming Saturday, I want you to join me. I will have two fascinating guests. The Reverend Henry H. Dolope Jr. and a great man we usually call Uncle Julu. They're going to be joining for us to have this general conversation. Let's talk about Liberia. Liberia needs saving. And we can save our country. We can rise again. But it starts from enlightenment and renewing our mind and emancipating our mind. I want to say thank you for stopping by and being part of the Enlightenment conversation. God bless. I'm Reverend Joseph Sifa Zeke Davis.